Sunday, September 19th, 2021.
And they're back on Earth. Crew members of Inspiration 4 return home after their historic 3-day mission. A warning from the CIA came too late to stop a U.S. airstrike that killed 10 Afghan civilians last month. According to 3 sources, the intelligence agency warned there were likely civilians in the area and possibly children just seconds before the missile hit. The strike followed a suicide bombing that killed 13 U.S. troops and scores of Afghans at the Kabul airport, but the Pentagon now admits no one in the car was linked to ISIS-K, calling the airstrike a mistake. CNN's Nick Robertson has been speaking to the relatives of those killed, and he filed this report from Kabul.
This is the blood of the children.
Yeah. Imal Ahmadi shows me his family's shattered house.
It's just heartbreaking to see this now. And to know that they say that it was just a mistake.
Yeah, that's a big mistake of you. This also, you know about it, yeah?
No one has had the heart to clean it up since the drone strike 3 weeks ago.
They are all of them innocent. Like my cute daughter that I can't forget her. She was so lovely for me. I remember all of them.
The Pentagon's late admission, though, that his brother Zimari was not an ISIS terrorist, something positive.
The USA has proved that they are targeted innocent people. Because of that, I'm so happy about this.
But he still has questions. 5 children, he says, were inside the car when it was hit.
The USA know that in this area inside the car was children. Why they targeted an innocent person in this area? Why they targeted civilian person?
So far, they say they've had no calls from US officials, are hoping for help to rebuild, even relocate to America.
Can you forgive them?
Maybe. But how should I do? You know that I lost my family. That to return them back for us.
It's impossible.
It's impossible. No one saves us to return them back.
To the world, this is a drone strike gone wrong. For the Ahmadi family, it's an irreplaceable loss.
Another brother, Ramal, shows me the family's graves, scattered in the unforgiving rocky ground of a dusty Kabul cemetery. His own 3 children, daughter Fazad 8, sons Faisal 15 and Zamir 19, all killed in the strike, buried here too.
What do you want for the person that's responsible?
His answer, justice. The drone operators should go to court. For now, prayers and the acknowledgement of their family's innocence, their only solace. Nick Robertson, CNN, Kabul, Afghanistan.
CNN's Sam Kiley reported from Afghanistan during the U.S. withdrawal, and he joins us now live from Abu Dhabi. Sam, the family's pain so evident to see there. As we heard in that report, they want justice. Any chance they'll get it? I mean, this is far from the first deadly mistake like this by the U.S. military. Any sense that there will be accountability this time?
Well, right across the last 20 years of NATO campaigning, not just in Afghanistan, but in neighbouring Pakistan too, there have been hundreds, in fact, thousands and thousands of civilian casualties, not just from drone strikes, but from bigger airstrikes, from heavier weapons, more ordnance dropped from aircraft, and of course people killed on the ground during combat operations, particularly in densely populated areas like Helmand. Now, I've seen for myself over the period of that coverage, there have occasionally been ex gratia payments paid by units on the ground out of their own unit cash flow, right through to court cases launched particularly by foreign nationals against the United States, United Kingdom in particular, for foreigners killed in these sorts of operations. But it's very haphazard, Kim. It's a very complex process. There have been hints coming from the Pentagon there might be some ex gratia payment, as they put it, by way of compensation to this family, but no response from the family on that, and they haven't been contacted, as Nick was reporting there, as to how they might go about just seeking compensation. Now, whether that amounts to justice, of course, is a very open question, and I don't think there's any real question that these sorts of strikes, the heavy civilian death toll that has occurred at the hands of the NATO operation, of course an operation led by the United States, has inevitably fueled across that region yet more recruits going into the Taliban and other militant groups. It mercifully does not appear to be the case at all with this family, with them saying that they'd like to emigrate to the United States, at least some of them. But in many other cases, and intelligence reports and human rights groups have been reporting on this for 2 decades now, when these incidents happen, very frequently you get a surge, a spike in recruitment to extremist groups, Kim.
Yeah, adding to the tragedy there. Sam Kiley, thanks so much. Appreciate it. Well, the Taliban are sticking to their